You know, the real reason you feel invisible in this world is not because the world hates you. Honestly, the world is really indifferent to you, but it's really because you haven't allowed the world to see you, who you know you are. Not who you are right now, but who you know you are internally. The intelligent, competent, knowledgeable, leader, charismatic, great with women, dominant, humble, powerful, respected, loved man that you know you are on the inside, though, right? Because externally, your reality hasn't reflected that to you. And many of us, we wait around waiting for the world to recognize us, waiting for the world to bring out that great man that we know we are already. But the truth is, the only ones who's going to be able to bring out that great man that we already know we are is ourselves. When we allow ourselves permission to be who we already know we are, this allows the world to actually be different to us instead of indifferent to us. This exposes your haters. This exposes your supporters. This exposes your lovers. When you bring out that inner man out into the light, you get to see who's really on your side and who's really against you. And when you don't walk like the man you already know you are, this shows up in many different ways. This shows up when you're talking to people. And even though you have all the knowledge here in this big head of yours, people don't trust you. You're a cool guy. You're nice, as they say in the world. I don't even like the word nice. If you look at the etymology of it, it means a fool. If you're a nice guy, the word nice back in the Middle Ages meant you're a fool. That same word carries the same weight even nowadays. So let's use kind from here on out. You're kind, but yet people still test you, specifically men. They test you, they belittle you, disrespect you, talk over you. They like to push you around, they think that you can that you'll just bend over, honestly. They think they're better than you, even though you know you're so much more disciplined than them, competent, shit, maybe even confident. But they can sense that you lack the self trust, that you lack the self belief. And when they sense that, this is why they test you. This is why they belittle you. This is why they disrespect you. And women are very great at exposing this as well. Women, they will reject you because they sense this incongruency in you. And what I mean by incongruency, you're one man inside of your head, one man outside in the real world, one man with your friends, Another man at work, another man out in public, another man at the gym, another man at the doctor's office. Like, you ain't the same everywhere. You wear multiple masks for different reasons: pride, fear, ego, whatever it is, whatever reason that you're wearing a mask for. You feel like you have to be different instead of showing the different depths of you, level by level, layer by layer. This identity fragmentation, this split, basically causes you to overthink, causes you to tense up, causes you to doubt your competence in conversations, which is where we go back to: the world is indifferent to you. And this is the real reason you feel invisible. The real reason you feel invisible to the world is because you haven't made yourself visible to the world. I'm not talking about who you are right now, but because you keep hiding the man that you know you truly are. So the real root of the problem is suppression. You're afraid of who you truly are. You probably even think, if I let this side out of me, I don't know who I'm gonna become. If I let go, I don't know who I'm gonna lose. If I just lock in, I don't want to lose what I have. And every time you think like that, you just betray yourself, and you reinforce to yourself that you can't trust yourself. This is truly a fear of success, a fear of becoming who you know you are. And it's not even becoming, but it's really expressing who you know you are, without the fears, without the doubts. Because those are the real things that are holding you back, are the fears and the doubts and the beliefs that you set up in your mind to keep this man chained inside of you. To be honest with you, when you have to be performing in different rooms and you live fragmented, you live many different, lives per se, like a cat does, all that shit catches up to you. And this causes, your cycles of plateaus, self-sabotage, internal resistance, slipping back to the man that who you were beforehand in years ago. Truly, the reason you suppress yourself too is because you believe that you have to be perfect. It's your pride, it's your ego. You feel like if you let yourself be seen by the world, that if you're wrong, it's an attack on you, that it'll mean that you're not enough. It'll mean that you no longer have any excuses for almost getting to the finish line, for almost having the life that you want, for almost having the power, the money, the woman. There'll be no more excuses, because now you're playing ball at 100%. And you haven't made peace with the fact that if you fail at getting your result, that you can't live without that. You can't live with that failure. And failure is really just how you frame it, but that's a video for another day. As you begin to trust yourself, all these problems of hesitation, people talking over you, men talking over you, belittling you, disrespecting you, women rejecting you, thinking of you as a nice guy, thinking of you as a boyfriend, instead of the killer that you know you are. These problems will leave because you finally have given yourself the authority, the internal authority to say, fuck everything else. Fuck all these masks that I'm wearing. Let me express who I truly am. For a long time, like, I used to have these masks on in different rooms, and I would be one way with my family, one way with the girls I was dating, one way with my friends, one way at work, one way by myself. But eventually I said, I can't be performing. Like I can't be keeping up these fucking masks anymore. And I'll use my life as an example. A lot of times when I tell people the things I do, they often ask me, like, when do you ever rest then, or when do you ever recover? And I'm very high producing man. I get a lot done throughout my day, but I have a lot of things scheduled throughout my day. And I make sure my schedule is aligned to where I have proper moments of rest. Because honestly, I don't need 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours to really cool down. Also, my cool down time is when I'm driving because my drives are long. Spend like 2 hours a day on the road. But many people will say that I'm too much, I'm too intense, I'm too hard on myself, and well, my favorite one, I'm crazy. You're crazy for doing that. And to be honest with you, when you're uber disciplined, the average person is going to be convinced that your work ethic is insane and that you're too hard on yourself. And for a long time, I used to have those thoughts in my head where, fuck, I'm too intense. Fuck, I'm too much. And that's the thought that would run through my head. I'm too much. I'm just too much. Being too much scares away the woman. Being too much, keeps my friendships, just in the right amount of agreeable, but not in the side where I'm too OD crashing out. And you know as I began to rank up the levels of discipline and self-trust and self-belief, I realized that my intensity, my raw intensity, it has to be out there. My authority has to be out there. So that way I'm always upholding my standards instead of being agreeable, instead of being nice. Because that's what happens to a lot of nice guys. You're agreeable, you over explain because you're thinking about other people instead of thinking about yourself and looking out for yourself first, looking out for yourself and protecting yourself. I know a lot of like people in the red space community, red pill community. They think you have to be like on some defend your ego shit where you gotta disrespect people, but that's not really the case at all. You just gotta let people know how you are kindly with a soft smile, and most people understand you're disciplined. Now, they may try to put fear into your ear, but If you're rooted and you really believe in your mission and who you are, you'll have no problem. You'll have no problem because nothing will be able to shake you. And that's really the importance about building internal authority, is that you have the authority over yourself. You don't let fear, envy, strifes, contentions, wrath, any other negative emotion enter you. And if it does, it doesn't stay in you for a long time. Things that hold you back. When you learn how to trust yourself, that's when the man that you really know you are on the inside begins to manifest outwardly. And when he shows up, when you finally allow him to show up, you're going to notice that you're going to be a lot more disciplined. You're going to be a lot more focused. You're going to start operating out of truth and honesty. Like you're going to be fucking tired of like beating around the bush. You're just going to be straight up. And honestly, sometimes it's kind of cold-blooded. You might be a little bit too cold, and you're going to have to be like, okay, I got to be warm, but you'll learn that as you go. You begin to respect yourself. And this in turn makes you defend yourself when others are attacking you, because it will happen. When others are trying to belittle you, because it will happen. You won't even flinch at it. It will happen in the moment and you fucking forget about it. Instead of like overthinking and thinking about what should I say? What should I say? When should I say this? When should I say that? Shit is for the birds, man. Trust yourself. Allow yourself to be visible to the world. Let your fucking nuts hang. Peace.